Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here, playing Hearts of Iron 4 with Black Ice. Playing as Germany, of course, so let's continue this. We are now starting to move the clock up. Okay, Japan has claimed hegemony in East Asia. Considering their military supremacy unchallenged in East Asia, Hirohito has announced Japan considers the entire region as their sphere of interest without accurate information about the extent of Japan's capacities for the power projection. It is still unclear exactly what Japan considers rightful part of their recently established Toa Kyoaiken? Sorry. Okay. That is interesting. Sort of like Mary Nostrum for the Italians. Okay. U-boat. You now have 2 U-boat yards. That's great. You have 1 heavy aircraft factory, 1 light aircraft factory. You have 2 panzer factories, 4 shipyards, no ammo factories. How interesting. Artillery. You have 4 artillery factories, no trucks. What happened to Opel and Ford and all those other companies? 7 small arms factories. And you can see down here, it reduces the build costs. Uniform factories. Okay, this is an interesting thing. You'll be given a lot of opportunities to make deals with other nations. As you can see here, for 90 days, we will lose 2% factory output for a political gain of 1%. Of political power. I also think this helps our diplomatic relations with some of these countries. So we're going to do a lot of those. I hope it's good economics, shall we say, for us. Now here, focus on your focus. You can choose to listen to and act upon the knowledge of some of your military thinkers and gain a free focus. The catch is it's only half as good as the focus tree focus. Now, I'm going to go no thanks. Those are ones that I want to do. Green Army Command. Basically what this is saying is that our high-level command isn't very good at the moment. I don't know how other nations are dealing with that, theirs, but I think it's part of the mechanism to keep nations from going to war too early. Okay, we completed the Schutzstaffel focus, and we now have Heinrich Himmler. And yes, we can form the Liebstandart SS Adolf Hitler. Now, we need to go to National Focus and do another one-day focus. We're going to do the historical SS instead of the ahistorical. The ahistorical lets it sort of happen a lot earlier and not on historical dates. So, we're going to... This is a way that there are, shall we say, I think to some degree, making divisional generals back into the game. So, do this. If you'll notice, we have a huge more amount of generals with lots of traits. And we're going to get, I think, Sepp Dietrich, especially if this is a corps commander for this early stage. No, he wasn't that good. And I don't know if I'm going to keep using them. If you notice over here, no, wrong way. Let's see. I think we have. No, I guess we don't. Okay. Yeah. We may change that in future. Call this SS. Don't want to write out Schutzstaffel right now. Partially because I can't spell it off the top of my head. Not that good with German words. Okay, historical SS. We now have, and this is, I don't know how it's going to be handled later on, but we have that now. We want to do another one. There's 0 day, but takes day. Totenkopf Verband. Now here. Here. We're going to put him under Paul Hauser. He was the SSVT commander as opposed to the SSTV commander. Okay, and yes, we want to do this. And so they all show up here. This is the SSTV as opposed to the VT. And it's under IK. Theodore IK. Yeah, he maybe gets a 2. So there we go. We have our SS organized up. Shows up as 1, 2, and 3. And we need to. We want to now remilitarize the Rhineland. I don't know if any of you have. I know I haven't played a game in which gone to war with a demilitarized zone. Does the enemy get to enter into it? Don't know. There has been some talk by Podcat to converting the field marshal level of general into a theater commander up here, so that you could assign, say, Heinrich Himmler to command all of the SS and have these guys commanding these corps groups, and of course the corps can have just 1 unit. Okay, welcome to Tanganyika mod. This is my mod, sort of a preview for Third Reich events. This is the version for Black Ice. This event is to add the rubber and tin to Tanganyika that are missing on the Hearts of Iron 4 map. The map shown is this one here, is a period map that shows the resources of the former German colony Tanganyika and has been used to improve the game. You can see the Zinn, that's tin. I've converted it to what's the chromium or whatever. Yeah, chromium. Tin cans were sort of part of the tinning and canning revolution. Started in France, excuse me, actually, but what it is that they take an iron can and line the inside and the outside with just a little bit of tin, and that won't rust and won't contaminate the food inside of it. So that's sort of like what chrome sort of does. I don't know that it's quite a substitute, meaning if you need to chrome some chrome is a very hard metal, if I understand that correctly. I'm not a metal guy, but I'm not sure it's purely a substitute, but it is a similar type product in a sort of a trace element needed in lots of various things, including if you're going to make at least American sea rations and whatever. A lot of them came with little tin cans in them. If you want to do that for Germany or other nations, put things in tins. Tin would be very important. And of course rubber, and this is sort of wild rubber and plantation rubber, and you can sort of see in the map all the various things in there. A lot of it's either hides, which would be good for leather, but which isn't modeled in the game, or I think some of that's cotton maybe growing in some of the regions, or as well as some other food, hide, beef or whatever, that, and not bananas, but a banana type plantains or whatever, were all found in Tanganyika. But the only sort of two that are modeled well in Hearts of Iron is tin, which I'm again saying is chrome, and rubber. And so I just sort of, rubber is not a finite resource, meaning you could do more plantations, more of it. So I don't know whether one is the right, or is for either one of them is right, but I didn't want to overdo it. But right now Britain will get the benefits of having rubber and tin down here. If we take it, we will get the benefits of it. Now, this event started out as part of Third Reich events a long time ago, but I think other than some of the text here, none of my event is really remaining, meaning that looks like a sucky picture. Sorry I'm saying all this, but it does look like a sucky picture, and you see an Olympic symbol and things. Don't know what's going on. I don't think it does much, but okay. Originally it cost you a little bit to build the facilities for the Winter Olympics, but well. Yes, you'll hear me comment on the, in my opinion, sucking bad graphics for events in Black Ice. And I'm sort of sorry to say that, because Black Ice for Hearts of Iron 3 have excellent pictures, wonderful event images. I love them, and they inspired me to do a better job. And I learned a lot looking at those. So, the guy responsible for it, yeah. So they have gone to this bigger thing. Notice it's sort of trying to display theirs right here, so it's throwing mine off a little bit. But not that mine are so great. I mean, this is obviously just two images stuck together, period postcard, poster or postcard. I think this is maybe the poster version of it, and a like a postcard from period thing of Cameroon, again showing some of the resources. So here also is our Lebensraum. That's what that says in German. Ritter von Epp and many others in the Reichskolonialbund worked to promote regaining our colonial empire in Africa. The Treaty of Versailles stripped away Germany of valuable colonial possessions with important export areas for the German economy and needed commodities such as the tin and rubber, so as well as other things. So this is the group here promoting of that. Okay, the Winter Olympic Games, yeah, whatever. Okay, order Aus Lugnowels. Sorry, I'm sorry Germans, I'm butchering it. Wellen, I believe I can get that word right. The way this is setting up the various recruitment waves. This is just a setup information event talking about them. Now, how is our production used? Okay. I'm catching up on infantry equipment. Okay, the Nationalists have declared war on Spain. The Spanish Civil War. As you all know, that was a general's coup going after a more and more radical left Spanish Republic. Now we can't, and I noticed they've changed situations with Black Ice, and I sort of like that. we need at least 50 divisions to be able to send volunteer forces to Spain. So let's see how many divisions we have.
Angetreten.
Okay, 43 plus 6, so looks like we need just one more division. In my math thing. So let's deploy one of these. Oh, not trained enough? None of them trained enough? None of them are trained enough. Also keeping us from deploying them too early. Okay, well. So we can't yet intervene in the Spanish Civil War. Okay, we have received a small shipment of artillery from Italy. Now, what this does is it reduces our political power gain. We don't have a choice on this by 1, and it ups our factory output for 90 days. Don't know that I like that so much. Without that we don't have a choice on it. Remilitarize the Rhineland. I think that's a photo dealing with the Olympics. Either the photo dealing with the Olympics. No, it's not the Olympics, I don't think. I think it's a photo dealing with the return of the men from Spain. Yeah, that's it. There's brown uniforms in there. There. Those are, I think. No, I'm not absolutely sure though. But I remember the setting, I think maybe from some of the Germans. Okay. It is German territory, so we've got that back. Now, I'm gonna come over here. We want to start Goering's 4-year plan. I like what they've done. I think they've done things rather well. I'll say it. Not exactly the way I would have done it, but I will say I like what they've done with going for the 4-year plan and the expansion there. Now, sort of becomes the dilemma. Do we want to do a research company or not? I think since we're building civil factories, we're going to go to Elmar Schacht right now. Often you can see the various. This is arms shipment imports, arms shipment exports. So these are sort of balancing each other out. So I don't know why they would cost us political power to receive them. Not sure. Okay, and of course we're having the general SS happening. Political power, and of course we're still under Green Army command. They're doing things very well. Another thing I'm not terribly pleased with here. Dance show, again, something that originated out of Third Reich events, and I totally gave them to do whatever they want to and use them. This is from one of my only problem is the image, and I know they wanted to go to color images. Why for the newspaper thing, I don't know, but wanted to go to color images, and they're using that from one of the Reichspartag or party days, Munich, not the indoor dance show that was at the Winter Olympics, which there probably is no color image. I mean, you colorize the image if you wanted to. But what I have an objection to, and if you're a long-time viewer, you'll know this, I don't like lying through photos. To me, that's objectionable. If you absolutely don't have what you need, like I have used pictures of Waffen-SS mountain troops that were sort of just generic. You couldn't really tell unless you knew the history of the photo what Waffen-SS unit they happen to be. I used that image for creating a fictitious Swiss-based Waffen-SS unit that you got only if you conquered Switzerland. So it's taking an alt history event, Germany conquering Switzerland, and since the Waffen-SS very likely would recruit troops out there, and very likely since it's based in Switzerland, it would be a mountain unit. So I sort of did those logical jumps, so I needed to find a photo that would work, and so it's for something that didn't exist. Create a use a photo for that. So I'm happy to do it when we're talking about an alt history condition and situation that, generally speaking, yeah, some 13-year-old who's gone through the American education system might not know that Germany never invaded Switzerland. I know most of you aren't in that situation, but most of you know that it's an alt history thing. Similarly, for photos for Germany conquering Britain, obviously they didn't, so we've got to use something. So I'm very good if it's a complete alt history thing. I'm also okay if there is absolutely nothing available and you've looked and you've tried to find something, anything that is sort of kind of appropriate, then you use something, but only in those cases. So now, can we deploy any more of these units yet? Does not have any. Missing equipment here? Producing. No template. We're just stockpiling anti-air. Yes, we know that. Outdated equipment production. Yes, the attack subs, we're going to produce those. Okay. But we're not producing. Okay, well. I'd like to get into the Spanish Civil War. Closing ceremonies. Okay, some sort of flag, but I don't know if that looks anything like that. Okay, well, whatever. Sorry if I'm bitching too much about things. You can probably understand how often I get upset when I see documentaries that are talking about the Battle of the Bulge and they show tanks invading Belgium from 1940. I don't know why they use that footage, because it's springtime field footage, the wrong tanks and the wrong whatever. And these are with relatively modern documentaries. And so I don't know whether they're just lazy or... Yeah, we'll sign off on the motorcycle deal. Okay, now here this is the first Wella 4 infantry division, so that will throw... You can see that they show up here.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Basically no equipment, and then they jump to equipment. But that should mean... Okay, I want to take one of these because I played this.
Zuhören.
New theater. And... No, let's put Von Thoma. I noticed Von Thoma in here. How's it? Screw it. Where is he? Deedle's there. Colorized pictures I'm not used to looking at for some of these guys. Von is in here. I think he's level 3. And probably just gone past him without. Those are good choices, but where's Ritter von Thoma? Okay, why am I missing him? There he is. He's level 4. No wonder if I missed him. And I'm not used to looking at that photo from. Okay, now. I want to send volunteers. Yes, I could be sending some, and maybe should send some. I think I will. Let's also start some Lend-Lease. We should be doing that too. Okay, uniforms and boots. Not that this is enough, but just something helps us a little bit. Gets us some experience, gets us improved relations. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, that's a fair amount. Let's send just one convoy a month, just to send a convoy. And then whatever. Well, I know it's not a lot, but it should also be improving our relationship here. Volunteers. And we can do some more developments here. Now, let's look at this somewhat strategically. We just got this, so we're gonna need 3 more than 36, but here we've got a lot. I think all these are covered under industrial, or maybe it's just these. 37, a lot of these, so we really can't go to war economy yet. So industrial research time minus 10%. Synthetic rubber, but we're not doing any rubber. Electronic, it would be good too. If we had a mix of those two, it would be the best. We're going to go with rubber, yeah. Yeah, I think, and this is more of a comment directed towards Hearts of Iron 4. I get the idea that make choices. That was an early design decision that they made. But it seems with the political power gain system, the way it works, and starting with, at least in all these cases here, 0 slots filled, it becomes a situation of slow build as opposed to choices and changing focuses on either different types of aircraft or different types of research support between industrial or electronic or whatever. And so I think either you should get a lot more political power, or a lot of those choices should be reduced down. Okay, yes, 4-year plan, and yes, you want Goering in charge of it, because that gives you a free Goering minister there. As you can see, really good bonuses, nothing negative. And we want to select another national focus, which right now we're going to do this because we want to get down to here, 36, so that will get us a lot more resources. And that's also rather historic too. One of the main things with the 4-year plan was expanding resource production within Germany. One of the examples was a bauxite probably isn't it? Some other sort of mineral that's very useful in military and armaments as well as civil production. I forget what it was, but maybe it even was bauxite. I don't know. It was one of them, and sort of open pit mining type operation, in where the level of the mineral that they wanted wasn't very high compared to the surrounding stuff, so it wasn't very cost effective to get out, and you could buy it cheaper. And I think, if I remember correctly, it was like Spanish Morocco or French Morocco or Spanish Morocco or both, or something that had the it's just one of the places that had the mineral in a much more pure form, so much cheaper to get. And even though Germany was facing an import-export crisis, meaning Germany had to pay off a lot of war debts to foreign, mostly to the U.S. bankers who loaned them money to pay off war reparations, but so that people didn't necessarily want extra German currency. Even within that situation, it's still cheaper to import some of the stuff than to mine it within Germany. So part of the 4-year plan is that this pseudo-government, pseudo-private company was formed. The Hermann Goering Works. Goering didn't specifically own it. It was named after him. I think he may have had shares in it, or just got rake-offs from it, or something like that. But and so that they started to mine this stuff. Now, you could do it at like almost a sort of a profit in Germany, just barely, on an ongoing operational cost, but the initial investment to start the mining production and getting all that is sort of what made it unattractive. And they had tried to, in like 35 or whatever, tried to get on this one thing, tried to get a local German company to do the mining of this stuff that's a strategic resource for arms production, and nobody wanted to do it because of this. So because of the cost into starting this. So this is why this was set up. And so that they did these things so that because the 4-year plan was a very aggressive warlike action, because they wanted to be able to produce this in Germany, in a territory that they controlled, that they didn't need to import it either from a friendly importer, say if Italy stayed neutral and had the resource, or shipping overseas, or if it was, say, if it was all in British and French hands or something like that, the known reserves, major ones, they wanted to get this stuff going. So that was the whole purpose of the 4-year plan, along with everything else. Okay, well, we're going to end the episode here. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. I do appreciate that. And please post questions, comments, suggestions, ideas. Love hearing from you. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.